Hey guys, welcome back. This is Storm and welcome to episode 186 of our single player Tiveden world. So let's talk nether tunnels. What do you guys do with them? Do you build them? Do you decorate them? How do you like to traverse in your nether? This is what I like to do. I eventually will decorate a nether tunnel and I'll try and create a repeatable pattern that adds a little bit of detail but relatively low complexity so you can build them without a lot of fuss and worrying about too much random block placement. So you'll see a lot of pretty stock standard patterns as you come along here, really. Just because of the length of the tunnel, you just need something that you can just zone out, listen to a podcast or something and just build this. So that's what we've done. And I think it turned out okay. It's the first time I've really used this combination of blocks. This is just normal terracotta up here in the ceiling, so I guess pretty expensive. It's also probably the first time I've used candles, I think, in my world, or certainly to any large scale. And also ice, believe it or not. I don't think I've used ice as a path anywhere else in my world. So yeah, I guess a first eventually. You cruise a bit faster when you bounce along the ice here, so if you run out of fireworks, that can help with that, but everything else is pretty much just for visual purposes. And having the tunnel big enough as well so you can easily fly through it, that's pretty important. Now, while I was working on that nether tunnel area, I couldn't help but make a few changes to the tunnel around our ocean monument themed room here as well. So we've gone for a darker looking greenish theme, like an aqua looking theme. I think it's a nice way to gradually put some attention towards this centralized area. This is where we have the ocean monument up and around. There's a passage that goes up and there's a portal behind there. And that's where we do all our, well, not really enchanting, more just repairing of our tools these days. And I get my XP, and I have my villager trading hall also up around there by the ocean monument. So this is a focal point for me. I come out here quite often, and I've also cleaned up the entranceway from our main tunnel. This is what connects all the way back down towards our nether hub. So this part of the tunnel is pretty generic. It's just like a nether themed tunnel. No real purpose to the different blocks. But as you come down this section where we go to another portal, this is where we will theme this tunnel after what's down the end. And that is where we have our goats and also where we have our Amethyst Geodes. So if we come on through, this is where we have the portal. This is not moved. This is where it was originally spawned when we first came over here. And let's cruise up. So this is where we have our village, our villagers, our goats, our screaming goats. By the way, this is all the loot from our previous raid in the last episode. So that's pretty cool. So that's all well and good. We can leave the tunnel and the portal where it is. But I thought we could also probably put the tunnel over here. That's because when we're over on this part, or closer to over here, we're actually loading 4 of these Amethyst Geodes at once. Because if we're on the main island, we only load this one, maybe this one, and there's another Amethyst Geode over there. So it's probably only either 2 or maximum 3 that will load at once if we're actually on the island. So if we have a portal over here or a hangout AFK area over here, we'll at least load 4 of these, and that might be a better fit. But if we go with a one tunnel design, what I might try and do is incorporate different blocks into the tunnel itself to represent both the island, the goats, and also the Amethyst Geode. So that could be a pretty cool challenge. Alright, so this is what I've come up with so far. It's very simple, as you can see, and it's easy to replicate all the way down to the tunnel, and I don't mind it. I think we'll try, though, using a path block down the bottom here, because this is going to resemble the village paths a lot better. Plus it might look a little bit nicer. Maybe. Not exactly sure if that does look nicer. And the other thing I thought we could do, because I've got trapdoors at the top here, what if I were to hide in some lighting? And let's just see if this makes this room look a little bit nicer. Look how bright that is now that we've got those lights up there. That could look good. Let's do the same over here as well. And I've got a ton of these sea lanterns, so no problems using these as a light source up here. And they're going to be far enough away as well where they won't melt the ice. What do you think, Mr. Iron Man? You happy with this place? We've made a few changes from the initial design, and I do like this a little bit better. Have these shrubs lower. We've got the moss carpet on the side, so no mobs can spawn along this tunnel, which is great. And because of the color matching here, you can just put down moss carpet on top of these azalea bushes as well. So that works out okay, and it's just pretty simple design, just repeating all the way down. So it turned out okay, I think. And I've got this goat buddy with me because I wanted to try and incorporate a goat into this area as well. So I think this is what we can do. Are you going to stay there? I think so. I don't think you can walk very far though, but that could be okay. So that could be interesting. You come flying along, come to go down the tunnel, and there's a random goat just chilling out. Kind of looks like a noose though, so don't pay attention to that. So the more I think about this, I don't think leaving the portal here is going to work. Or at the very least, if I want to try and have a tunnel coming from this kind of room area that we could carve out, to try and have this bend around and then go down, I think at a deep enough angle where we can actually make it out to underneath the ocean floor, really. It's just not enough distance, I don't think, because it's pretty much a cliff face over here. If we come down and look out this here, you'll see just how much of a sheer drop off this really is. And I really don't think this is going to work for us. It's going to, as it stands, I think the tunnel is probably going to poke out like around this level. So yeah, that's not probably going to work. So if we just come out this way and try and dodge all those drowns that are trying to kill me. And if we just cruise out here, what we could do instead, because this is not that far, I did measure it, it's only like 110 blocks or something. So in the Nether, that's really just right next door. It's like 13 blocks away that we have to travel, something like that anyway. So yeah, maybe we do create another portal. Maybe we just leave this as is and we actually create another portal inside the tunnel. So rather than creating a whole new tunnel itself, we'll leave the tunnel and we'll just build another portal off to the side. We don't have to travel very far. That's the theory. We'll have to see how we can make that work. So it will mean having a tunnel maybe off over here somewhere. Well, it doesn't look like much yet, but this will eventually become an Amethyst Geode recreation. So that's what we're going for, off the main tunnel here, and the portals are far enough apart so they don't conflict with each other. We can travel through both. And then I thought that could be a cool way to actually get to the Amethyst Geodes in the overworld so we can collect all those crystals. So we have this other portal hooked up over here. This is the main hub area. And then we've kind of got this natural area that, well, I'm not sure if it was natural. I can't remember if I dug out the smooth basalt on that side or not. But that looks like a logical spot to start out a tunnel system as well and try and connect up all the different Amethyst Geodes together with a tunnel design. If we were to start a tunnel that comes out this way, that could go out to this Amethyst Geode, then we could bend it around and go out to that one, and then have another tunnel that goes out there. So I think that could be a cool way to travel around. So we have the actual tunnel layout now all done, and it looks good. It is an easy way to navigate to get to the different Amethyst Geodes. We don't have to worry about mucking around on the surface. And rather than actually decorating all the walls and ceiling, instead I'm going for just a simple slab design on the bottom of the tunnels here. So that'll prevent the mobs from spawning. And then to create a little bit of ambient lighting, what I'm using is candles, and we don't have to use too many of them. Where's another spot? I could probably put one over here somewhere. It's pretty dark, but up there, let's put 2. There we go. So just enough to give a little bit of dull lighting, and you can see we've got the same down here just on little corners. Again, we don't really need to go too detailed here because you can't really see a lot, but I do like the dark feel you get as you come on through this tunnel, and then you'll eventually come out to one of these geodes. Well, it's been several days later working on and off of these different tunnel designs. It takes a lot of time to put down all the different slabs. I've also tidied up this room a little bit. This is all slabbed up, so we won't get any mobs that can spawn down the bottom. It's completely not covered up because I do like the ability for villagers and also iron golems who can wander down and go through this portal. I think it's just cool how they can just, whenever they want, kind of jump in and out of the Nether, just like this guy. Who are you trying to hunt down? A zombie. Alright, well, good luck with that. And I've also installed another tunnel behind this portal going down this direction. So this loops down to the Amethyst Geode that we have by the cliff face, where the goats just seem to love to jump into the ocean. So this is just another way that connects up through to these Amethyst Geodes and also to the main tunnel system that connects all of them together. So this is where we come out, right here. And then right on the opposite side here, if we can navigate through, it's a little bit tricky, but there we go. This connects us up to the main tunnel design. So that works out quite well for us. And while I was digging around this area and putting down slabs, I did come across a spawner. So I thought I could hear a lot of mobs, and it turned out to be a spider spawner. So we have this area down here created. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. It took a bit of time and effort, but in a result, yeah, I think it was worth it. And I'm going to leave this section like this. Kind of like how it's just normal blocks here, nothing special. Now, one of the positives of being in the one area for a while, you can do little things around the place. For example, I've been growing some bamboo, and I've also been collecting a lot of these guys. So let's try and fish out a couple. Whoa. Okay, that was unexpected. Maybe we should try and fill these buckets up elsewhere. Let's just do this. Okay, that was unexpected with the Axolotls, but I think this, yeah, okay, that's a lot better. Now let's get a few of these into, let's remove these as well. I'm going to try and use these guys to conquer, whoa, an ocean monument. I think that would be pretty cool to actually see. It doesn't really work the way it kind of was advertised. I mean, advertised is a bad way to describe it, but I remember when the Axolotls were being talked about a lot, the ability to protect players was a key feature. So I'm curious to know, is that actually the case? This is going to be bad, isn't it? Oops, why can I not pick up one of these guys? Alright, you're the lucky one. That's probably enough. Let's see, actually, let's go for an even one. Let's go for a few more. And let's see if this is not going to destroy everything. Oh, I am destroying everything. There we go. That's probably going to be okay. So let's just do this. Now, we do have goats here, and we will get the effect where we won't be able to mine anything. So let's grab some milk. And that's probably enough. Won't need these other buckets. And I won't need these fireworks either. Alright, so let's try and conquer one of these ocean monuments. We do have this one right over here that's been eyeing me, it's been tempting me for a while. So I'm going to give this one a go. And I have already put a conduit down nearby, so we don't have to worry about breathing. We should be fine for the ability to breathe. So let's cruise on over. It's not too far. Now I don't want to put these axolotls out too early. And I think you need something in your offhand as well. I'm not certain on that, if that's actually a requirement or not for these guys to follow you, but we're going to try and use our trident. It's not too often that you use your trident in battle, I don't think. Well, I don't anyway. So we're going to try and use the trident, and we're also going to let loose these axolotls, but we'll do it once we're inside. So let's see, where do we want to go? Is there anything down the end here? No, there is not. So let's go up here, and let's put down a few of these axolotls. Let's try and release a few. Okay, that's a few. Now we do have some more, but I want to see how we go with just this many. Now we have to try and find the rooms with the sponges. You guys following me? I hope so. Okay, it's a dead end this way, guys. So let's try here. What do we have here? Looks like an empty room. Another empty room. They are actually following me, which is good to see. What was down this way? Oh, here we go. Here's our sponges. So let's try and grab a few of these. And we did bring this. There should... Oh, I thought this was the fastest way to collect them. That is definitely not the fastest way to collect them. What? Oh, it's because I've got the effect on. There we go. The effect will come back, but that's alright. Let's grab these. That worked out okay. So half a stack. We're off to a good start. Well, we haven't found the way out, but we do have another one of these rooms. So let's quickly collect them all. Sponges acquired, so that worked out well. And we'll get the mining fatigue in a second. Let that freak me out again. So let's do that. Put that up there. Let's grab a few of these. We're actually going okay at the moment. Now, we have to try and find another way out of here. Well, that didn't really work in my favor. I accidentally let loose the tropical fish, and these axolotls just went straight for them. So I don't think they're going to follow me now. So this is going to turn into a bit of a disaster, I think. But that's a lesson learned, I think. Not having it in your hotbar, or definitely not trying to right-click when you shouldn't, because I've definitely lost those guys. So that's a little disappointing. But let's see what happens. Let's go down here. I do have a few more. Let's release a few. That went pretty smoothly. Now, do we have a few more? We do have a couple more. You can hear the axolotls. There we go, killing this guy. So let's try and help them out. Okay, we've got another one of these big guys here. That's the first time I've seen them trying to swim away. Was that planned? Well, it definitely went down easy. Definitely sounds closer. Are you up here? You are. Alright, so let's release a couple more of these axolotls. Let's just do that. And let's see how much of a fight this Elder Guardian... Okay, that was a lot faster than I was expecting. I'm not sure it's because of the trident, or if it's just because of these axolotls doing a lot of damage. Could be a combination of the two, but that's all of them now taken care of. So we can drink this final milk, and we won't have to worry about getting the mining fatigue anymore, so we can mine our way through. So let's just see where else we're hearing these axolotls, because they've kind of gone off and swum around and doing their own thing now, which is kind of cool in a way. You can see them just out there wreaking havoc. Look at this. It's actually going a lot better for those guys than I was expecting. So we made it back to this middle room, so we may as well collect our trophy. It's a bit lame these days that you only get gold here, but I'll take it. It's better than nothing. I do have some torches. Okay, there we go. We'll even leave a torch there. So let's escape those guys. We've pretty much got everything we needed out of here now. So it's just really time to escape. And what we might try and do is actually collect a few of these on our way out and see how many we can escape with as well. So let's do this. Get rid of that block. And if we come across an axolotl, we'll take them with us. Okay, we've made it out, safe and sound. Well, almost. Let me get back to the actual island first, and then we'll check to see how many of these axolotls I managed to swoop up on my way out. So, we've made it back, and let's check the damage. We have... Okay, quite a few of those axolotls died. Probably more than half. Probably around 70%, maybe 60% of those guys died. Now the other good thing with the axolotls is they will re-heal themselves. So if these ones that I did collect did have any damage, they can just get re-healed just by swinging around, and they'll just auto-regenerate by themselves. So that's pretty cool. So that worked out pretty well for us. We do have some wet sponges. We've also got all the mining operations set up around here for the Amethyst Geodes. So overall, a pretty productive episode, I think. I think we've got enough loot now as well where we can go back to the main island and put all these new blocks and new things to good use. So I'll probably take up all our shulker boxes here and head back to the main island in the next episode, but you'll have to wait for that. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys again very soon in the next one. Cheers.